Hello and good evening everybody. It is 7 o'clock and this is my second Facebook Live. This is part 2 of Skin series where we're going to be following on as a natural progression from part 1, which was all about cleansing, and we're going to be talking about exfoliation today. So exfoliation refers to the natural shedding of dead skin cells to expose new skin cells, and a more hydrated skin, brighter complexion is revealed underneath. So there's some really great benefits to exfoliation for pretty much every kind of skin condition. But our skin is already programmed to have a sort of process, a cycle of cell renewal already. But there are times when that natural cycle can become hindered and impaired in some way. So generally we'd be looking for some kind of topically applied product to help with that natural cell renewal process so that we get all of those great benefits. So tonight I'm going to be talking about that cell renewal process very briefly, and when we should exfoliate our skin, and then we'll look at some different kinds of products and different kinds of ingredients, and then we'll look at how you can really work to match up a particular product or formula with your needs and your skin condition and the results that you're really looking for on your skin. So cell renewal is a process by which skin cells are born in the lower layers of the skin, and over a period of about 28 days they work their way through the various layers to the surface, where then they're sloughed off. And as they go through that process of going through the layers of the skin cells themselves become flattened and full of hardened keratin protein, and around them develops a kind of matrix, a kind of glue that holds those skin cells together. So the relationship between the skin cells and the matrix, or the glue that holds them all together, is really important in supporting your skin's natural protective function or barrier function. And if you watched the cleansing episode, you'll remember that I talked a little bit about your skin like a brick wall. So skin cells are like bricks, and that intercellular glue or matrix that holds them together is a bit like the cement, and together they work to prevent invasion from allergens, irritants, UV. They work to protect all of our inner cells and organs from the outside world. So everything that we do in regard to skincare, and with exfoliation this is really important, we really have to match our exfoliation with our skin tolerance, because what we're always really trying to do is support that barrier function. We don't want to do anything that breaks down the brick wall of our skin. So we're always really looking to work with our skin to promote skin health, rather than perhaps something that's quite aggressive that gives us great results but isn't really working to help our skin work at its optimum level. So cell renewal works is a natural process that works to promote our skin's health and barrier function, but sometimes that process can become impaired in some way. So generally that's either genetics, or it's product misuse, so if you've over exfoliated for example, or hormones come into play. And we see that very, very well at puberty, where hormones are impacting our skin. We are overproducing oil, but in addition to that, we overproduce skin cells. So the cells and the sebum become sort of impacted together within the follicle. That causes a blockage, and we see blackheads, or we see spots and breakouts. So teen skin that's breakout prone really needs a great exfoliator. But again, we need to look at which ingredients are going to have the best impact, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So as we go through into our 20s and 30s, we start to see a lot more of the impact of stress on our skins, which can lead to a lot of redness, irritation. So we need to choose an exfoliator that's going to work with our skin and not have any kind of aggressive effect on our skin, or make our skin any more sensitized or irritated than it may already be. And then as we go into our 40s, and beyond, and we're really starting to see the effects of aging on our skin, we start to see cell renewal slow down, as we see all other parts of our body function start to slow down as well. So we get a build-up of dead skin cells, and we see a dull, devitalized complexion. But in addition to that, those dead skin cells that are building up contain contamination from our environment, pollution, viruses, bacteria, and so on. So with an aging skin, it's important to exfoliate so that we can slough off those contaminated cells for better skin health, but also so that we can have a smoother appearance, a more youthful looking skin that's more hydrated and reflects more light. So exfoliation, great for everybody, but we need to choose the right kind of product. So what options do we have? Well, exfoliants generally fall into two camps. You've got a mechanical exfoliant, which is traditionally some sort of gritty or granular scrub. And we have a chemical exfoliant, traditionally using hydroxy acids or enzymes in some way. So with a mechanical scrub, we're using grit and granules to buff and polish the surface of the skin, mechanically just removing the surface dead skin cells to reveal that newer skin underneath. It's generally quite popular because you can feel it working, but there is a tendency to overdo it. We can become slightly addicted to that feeling of scrubbing away our skin, and if we overuse a scrub, it's not great for our skin. It's too exfoliating and removes too many layers and can irritate the skin. So if you're looking for something else, we can look more towards enzymes and hydroxy acids. Enzymes are particularly gentle on the skin, so you can use them daily as a general rule because of their sort of cumulative effect. They work like little Pac-Men on the surface of the skin, munching away at dead skin cells very superficially. They're not absorbed deep into the skin, and they have, as I say, this cumulative effect. So really great if you have a more easily irritated or sensitized skin. Then we can go into the world of hydroxy acids. So AHAs have been around for a long time. Glycolic acid and lactic acid are two really commonly used hydroxy acids. They are fantastic for aging skins. Now the reason for that is because of the way that they are absorbed into the skin and create a boost of cell renewal in the deeper layers. So they really ramp up cell renewal very quickly. Glycolic acid is quite a small molecule and it is absorbed very rapidly into the skin. It can cause irritation in some people if you are more prone to irritation. So lactic acid is a great alternative to that because it's a bigger molecule. It doesn't get absorbed as quickly or as deeply. And again, you can use it to have this, to get your results over a period of time. So we've got enzymes for sensitive skin, AHAs for aging skins. Then we've got salicylic acid. Now that is a beta hydroxy acid and it's oil soluble. So that will actually be attracted to oily skins. So if you suffer with oiliness, enlarged pores, blackheads and breakouts, you need to be looking for salicylic acid because of the way that it is attracted into the follicle, and it will decongest and will exfoliate within that follicle and remove the dead skin and sebum that's kind of causing that impaction. And then we've got a whole new generation of hydroxy acids that are just becoming much more available in mainstream skincare, and they are polyhydroxy acids. So they have been around for a while, but more in high-end exclusive luxury brands, and as I say, they're filtering down now into more mainstream skincare. Ingredients include gluconolactone and lactobionic acid. I had to look at my notes there because I have to remind myself how to say those very long words. Again, they have a larger molecule, so again they work over a period of time. You won't get such deep absorption of them instantly, so they are again really good for sensitive skins. But the biggest benefit of polyhydroxy acids is the way in which they work as a humectant, so they bind moisture onto the skin. So by hydrating the skin whilst exfoliating, they are actually supporting skin health while going through that exfoliation process. So I think we're really going to see a lot more polyhydroxy acids in our skincare products as we go through next year. So one to look out for. There is another kind of exfoliant, which is retinol. Now, retinol isn't a hydroxy acid, it is derived from vitamin A and really deserves to go into a category with vitamins. And I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live all about vitamins specifically on another occasion. So if you're interested in finding out more about retinol and how that can really work to improve an aging skin, then make sure you tune in for the next episode where we'll be talking about vitamins, and included in that will be retinol. Another quick word before we go on to actually looking at some products is, if you are exfoliating your skin, you really should be using some sort of sunscreen. Now, those of you who know me know that I go on and on and on about sunscreen all the time, because if you are doing nothing else on your skin, you really should, at the absolute bare minimum, be using sunscreen, because your skin's natural protection from UV is fairly limited. We are living longer, our skin needs to have that protective function for a lot longer. We really need to be making sure that we can give our skin all of that extra protection that we can. And when we exfoliate our skins, we are using ingredients that can make our skins thinner and less resilient. So we really need to make sure that we are adding in that extra protection. So we've talked a little bit about cell renewal and about why exfoliation is great and we get really good results. And we've talked about some ingredients and we've matched them to some different skin conditions. So now what I'm going to do is show you some different products and to hopefully give you a bit of inspiration and a bit of insight into different formulas. Now remember, this is only me showing you just some examples. I'm not endorsing any products in particular. And if you have a product that you absolutely love, just carry on using it. It's absolutely fine. I'm really only here just to help guide you, give you some more insight, and maybe give you a little bit more information so that you can make great choices when you are choosing your skincare. So the first product I've got to show you is this one. Now, those of you of a certain age, like me, will know this product very, very well. So this is St. Ives Apricot Scrub. This contains ground down walnut kernel walnuts, kernels, shells is what I'm trying to say. Ground down walnut shells in it. That is what gives you the grains, the granular element to this scrub. Now this scrub has been a #1 best-selling product for as long as I can remember, and the reason why people love it is because it gives you that really polished, clean, scrubbed clean kind of feeling. Now on the instructions, this tells you to use it 3 to 4 times a week, and in my opinion that's too much. If you're using a mechanical scrub like this one, once a week is more than enough. You need to make sure you use plenty of water with this product so you get good movement over the skin, and don't press too hard because this is pretty gritty, and if you overuse it or you're too rough, you're really going to see a lot of redness and dehydration and irritation on your skin. So scrubs definitely have their place. They're generally for younger skins. This blemish control version also has some salicylic acid in, so for younger, more spot prone skins, this could be a really great starter for getting into exfoliation. But there are some more advanced formulas out there that can really give you some much more advanced results. So I picked this one up to show you. It's from a brand called Botanical Lab. This is an enzyme daily exfoliator, and as you can see, it's like a liquid, so you would use that on a cotton pad after cleansing, a bit like a toner. And I picked this one up because I like the idea it was enzymes rather than hydroxy acids, because I have a very sensitive skin, and this was a daily product, so I knew it would be gentle. However, word of warning, when I looked at the ingredients list, there is about the 5th ingredient in is glycolic acid. So I know that glycolic acid is an irritant for me, so I decided not to use this product. So when you're out there looking on the shelves, looking for some products, and you're drawn to a description of a product, like me, looking for enzymes daily, I knew it would be gentle, just check the ingredients, because you never know, there might be something else in there that isn't going to be quite right for your skin. So what do I use? Well, at the moment I am using this. This is a product from Face Theory. It's the CeraC Pore Reducing Toner. Now it's pore reducing, it contains niacinamide, and that's the pore reducing element of this product, but it also contains lactic acid, and lactic acid, as we said earlier, great for an aging skin, which is definitely me. It works quite gently on the surface of the skin, so great for sensitivity, great for me. And again, it's like a liquid. I use this at the toning stage, so after cleansing, on a cotton pad, a few drops of that, wipe it over, and I use that every day. So at the moment we've seen some different kinds of products that you can use at the cleansing stage, like a scrub, or you can use at the toning stage on a cotton pad. But for some people, you may not want to be adding in that extra step if you're particularly time starved and you're looking for a bit more of a multitasking kind of product, then maybe something like this would work for you. This is a serum. This is a product or a brand called Revolution. You can buy this in Superdrug. This one was about £8. It's a 2% salicylic acid serum. So this one would be particularly good for breakout prone skin. If you tend to get quite a lot of congestion under the skin, or if you've got those active breakouts. So a serum would go on after cleansing and before your moisturiser. But you could also multitask this. You could add it into your moisturiser. You could even add it into a mask if you wanted to, and then leave it on for a while. So serums generally a little bit more expensive, but can be used in several different ways. So a bit more of an investment product, but a multitasker, and can be used to save time if you're not someone that wants to be layering on several different products in one day. So that really draws me now to the end of my little Facebook Live about exfoliation. I hope that you have found it interesting and useful, and it's given you some really good ideas about taking exfoliation. It's really something we all need to do in our routines on a regular basis, and if you ever need any more advice or you want to find out more, you can always get me at the salon. I'm still here, available on online consultations via Messenger, so contact me at the salon in the usual way on the number. But I hope for now you have a fantastic evening and take care, and I'll see you again for the next Facebook Live. Bye everyone!